The climate of Seoul features a humid continental subtropical climate with dry winter, called Dwa/Kwan. See. Seoul is classed as having a temperate climate with 4 distinct seasons, but temperature differences between the hottest part of summer and the depths of winter are extreme. In summer, the influence of the North Pacific high-pressure system brings hot, humid weather with temperatures soaring as high as 35 degrees Celsius on occasion. In winter, the city is topographically influenced by expanding Siberian high-pressure zones and prevailing west winds, temperatures dropping as low as -20 degrees Celsius. The bitterly cold days tend to come in 3-day cycles regulated by rising and falling pressure systems. During winter, snowfall can cause frosty weather in the city. The most pleasant seasons, for most people in the city, are spring and autumn, when azure blue skies and comfortable temperatures are a sure bet. Most of Seoul's precipitation falls in the summer monsoon period between June and September, as a part of East Asian monsoon season. Factors: Seoul has a wet and very humid climate during the summer season, with cold and dry weather during the winter season. Spring and autumn are pleasant but are short in duration. These seasons are considered the best time to visit Seoul. Siberian winds bring frosty weather with sporadic snowfall in the city, which takes the average temperature down to 0 to -10 degrees Celsius. Yellow dust is a seasonal meteorological phenomenon which affects much of East Asia, including South Korea, sporadically during the springtime months. The dust storms also affect wildlife particularly hard, destroying crops, habitat, and toxic metals interfering with reproduction. East Asian monsoon brings heavy precipitation during a short rainy season called Jangma, from the end of June through the end of July. Typhoon season occurs from July through September. About once each year, a typhoon passes very close to or moves over Korea, causing heavy showers. Seasonal climate: like all temperate climates in the world, Seoul also has 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, autumn. The monsoon season and typhoons also occurs in the summer season. Winter equals. The winter in Seoul is controlled by the large Siberian high-pressure system, which results in predominantly cold, dry northwesterly winds. The influence of the Siberian high leads to significantly colder winter temperatures than would be expected at this latitude. About every 4 to 6 days a low-pressure trough will move through South Korea, bringing with it cloudiness and light precipitation. The amount of precipitation locally depends mostly on the elevation of the station and the length of time that the air has been over the Yellow Sea. Maximum snowfall occurs over the northwest coast, which is the most exposed to the northwesterly flow, and in the mountain areas. Normally less than 10% of the annual precipitation falls during the winter. Frequently the weather is cloudless, clear, and dry, except for the southwestern region of the peninsula. The mean January temperature in Seoul is -2.4 degrees Celsius. January is the coldest month in Seoul. Summer is the rainy season in Seoul. During the summer, East Asian monsoon winds engulf the city and the warm, moisture-laden air moving off the oceans crashes with the drier air to the north. These fronts oscillate back and forth across Korea during the summer months. The interior highlands disturb the winds, forcing them into a westerly-southwesterly direction. The majority of the annual precipitation falls between late June and the middle of September, with rains fully developing along the entire peninsula by mid-June. Seoul receives approximately 126 mm of precipitation during the winter, but in July alone receives approximately 383 mm. July is the wettest month in the metropolis. Thunderstorms usually occur about 2 to 5 days per month during this period. Summer precipitation in Seoul is as likely to occur at 0200 as at 1400. Humidity is very high and fog will develop whenever a cold air mass confronts this moisture-laden air, often forming on cloudless days. The typhoon season occurs from July through September. About once each year, a typhoon will pass very close to or move over Korea, causing heavy showers. Strong winds are usually confined to islands and exposed coastal areas. Although winds might not pose a problem, the associated rainfall can cause significant flash flooding, a very real threat during the rainy season, especially in rough terrain. The mean temperature for Seoul in August is 25.7 degrees Celsius. Autumn October is the transition month between the summer rainy season and the cold, dry winter. The predominantly tropical cloudy weather of the summer is replaced by cooler, drier, and less cloudy conditions. The primary weather producers during October are cold frontal systems from the Asian mainland. On the average, one frontal passage per week can be expected during the month. A typical frontal passage is preceded by increasing middle and high cloudiness with light rain. Following the frontal passage, mostly clear skies can be expected for 3 or 4 days. During this clear period it is very likely for fog to form. Fog is especially prevalent in river valleys and in low-lying areas. Gallery. See also, Geography of South Korea. References